It happened on the evening of November 17th, 2016, inside a modern office building in downtown Chicago. The building was less than 5 years old, fully automated, and equipped with one of the most advanced elevator systems in the city. It had passed every safety inspection without incident. There was no history of malfunctions, power failures, or software issues. At 8:41 p.m., an elevator carrying 3 people stopped abruptly between the 14th and 15th floors. There was no jolt, no alarm, no sudden loss of light. The cabin simply froze in place. Inside were a maintenance supervisor named Alan Brooks, a junior accountant named Melissa Hart, and a delivery contractor whose identity was never released publicly. All 3 initially assumed it was a brief pause. Elevators stopped all the time. But after nearly 30 seconds passed, Alan pressed the emergency button. The intercom activated immediately. Building security responded and confirmed they could see the elevator on their system. But within moments, confusion set in. The elevator's position data did not correspond to any physical floor. According to the software, the cabin was suspended in a position that could not be assigned numerical location. Technicians were dispatched while the passengers were told to remain calm. At first, everything inside the cabin felt normal. The air conditioning continued to run. The lights stayed on. Mobile phones had signal. Time passed slowly but predictably. Then small inconsistencies began to appear. At 9:30 p.m., Alan checked his watch and noticed the seconds hand hesitate briefly, less than a second, before continuing normally. He assumed the watch was failing and said nothing. At 10:12 p.m., Melissa received a notification that made no sense. A missed call from her sister, time-stamped 9:58 p.m. According to her phone, that moment had not happened yet. When she refreshed the call log, the entry disappeared, then reappeared minutes later with a corrected time. By 11:40 p.m., the intercom began to fail. The audio didn't cut out. It faded slowly, like a signal drifting away. At the same time, all 3 passengers reported pressure to their ears, similar to what you feel during rapid altitude changes, even though the cabin had not moved. Outside the elevator, rescue crews worked continuously. The system showed no mechanical failure. Power was stable. The cables were intact. The cabin was physically present in the shaft, but digitally uncooperative. Manual override commands were accepted, then ignored. At 1:03 a.m., the elevator's internal clock reset itself. No one touched it. The display jumped forward exactly 9 hours. Inside the cabin, the passengers reacted with confusion and panic. According to their own perception, they had been trapped for roughly 4 hours. Their phones confirmed it. Battery usage, message logs, and screen-on time all supported their estimate. But the building security logs told a different story. The elevator had been stationary for 9 hours and 17 minutes. At 5:58 a.m., without warning, the cabin resumed movement. It descended smoothly and stopped at the ground floor. The doors opened as if nothing unusual had occurred. Morning light flooded in. The passengers stepped out and immediately noticed something was wrong. Security staff looked exhausted. Shift supervisors who should have left hours earlier were still present. Outside, the city was already awake. Dawn had come and gone. Alan checked the large digital clock in the lobby. It read 6:02 a.m. His watch read 11:01 p.m. Melissa's phone adjusted its time within seconds of leaving the elevator. Alan's watch did not. It remained out of sync for the rest of its battery life. Later analysis revealed that every electronic device inside the cabin experienced delayed time synchronization. Updates were received, but not applied until after the doors opened. During a review of internal camera footage, investigators noticed something else. The security camera inside the elevator recorded continuously, but for a stretch of 5 hours, movement appeared subtly delayed. The passengers were visible, but their actions were fractionally out of sync with real time, as if the cabin itself had slipped out of alignment. The incident was officially classified as a temporal desynchronization caused by system latency. No further explanation was given. The building reopened the next day. The elevator remains in service, but maintenance records show a quiet rule added afterward. That elevator is never allowed to stop between floors again.